Hello, hello, hello. Is anybody out there? Come smoke a cigarette with me. Come sit outside and smoke a cigarette. It's 12 o'clock. It's quiet. Crickets are chirping and all the little bugs are making their noises. And I'm sitting on my swinging. I missed out on doing my live today because I haven't been able to sleep. I've been having a hard time. I've always had a hard time with sleep since I was a little girl. And so I've struggled with it. I really have. And it hadn't gotten any better. And since I'm in my 40s, I thought it would get better. But hey, Marianne Hope. Hey, House. What's up, guys? Yeah, I'm just sitting out here swinging, smoking a cigarette. And everybody, well, TC is up and Ace is up. My grandson is here. And I think Larry's watching TV. Um, but yeah, I hadn't been able to sleep. So today I told my husband, I said, I'm going to go lay down. I feel like I was just exhausted about 12:30. And so I went and laid down and I woke up a couple of times, but I kept falling back asleep. And by the time I did wake up and felt like I had energy enough to get up out of the bed, it was 6 o'clock. I said, oh shit, I need to get up and cook dinner. So, needless to say, dinner was a little late, but that's okay. It's Saturday night. Now it's Sunday morning. Hey, Robert, I didn't figure you'd be come in because it's so late. What's up, guys? I just got done watching the Canelo fight. Oh, okay. I didn't know that there was a fight on. I used to be into boxing. I've just kind of lost touch with stuff like that, but I like to watch boxing. So, and dinner turned out perfect, guys. I don't know if you guys, I was on Quick's panel earlier and talked about it, but oh, it was so good. I really outdid myself, guys. Yeah, exactly, Mary and Hope, because I can tell you there's been times in the past where I didn't get out of the bed. Yes, ma'am. Or I couldn't, to be quite honest. I couldn't get out of the bed. Yeah. Um, you know, a lot of mine had to deal with my mental health and getting the right medications for me, and in my opinion, um, and in my experience, uh, that's what I needed. That's what helped me because I was in bed and depressed for many years. And, depression does bring on pain, but I also knew that I had other pain. Um, and it's hard to get anyone to believe you anymore, when it comes to pain because of all the problems with addiction. And so, therefore, people are going and walking around in pain all the time, right? And it's just it's not fair, isn't it? It's not cool, you know? Yeah, dinner was really yummy. Oh, yeah, you had breakfast for dinner. I love breakfast for dinner because breakfast for dinner I mean, when you say breakfast for dinner, there are so many different things that it could be, right? It could be pancakes and bacon. It could be pancakes and sausage. It could be pancakes, eggs, and sausage, hash browns, omelet. Yeah, I love breakfast for dinner. Sausage and gravy, with biscuits. Yeah, Robert, it is. It's tough because, um, I mean, they would say, well, we don't see nothing showing up on any test. And it's like, I don't care. I don't care that it's not showing up on a test. I'm telling you, I'm in pain. But, and even now, I still have a little pain, but I try to push through it. And when I don't get enough rest, um, I will start to hurt. I've noticed, not resting 8 hours a night, or at least even just 6 hours a night. And I'm talking about straight through sleeping. I haven't done that since I was a baby, I guess. I don't know because uh, I remember having problems waking up all the time when I was a child. Yeah. I mean, I can remember uh, being about 10 years old, and I went to 3 blocks away to spend the night at a girlfriend's house. I ended up waking up in the middle of the night, and I rode my bicycle home at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And my mother, she knew I'd be home. So she had left the door unlocked, and I came in and I got in bed with her. And I was just that kind of child. I didn't like to be away from home, and I'm still like that. That's right, Marianne. We have to be our own advocate, and the sad thing is that you give up. You give up to a certain degree because it gets so. It seems like it's just not worth the damn effort sometimes. But you have to fight for yourself. And really, I'm going to be honest, I just gave up. I haven't been to any doctor's appointments in years, and just now I'm starting to get. I told the doctor the other day I just need to get some referrals to, get some things taken care of. Yes, Robert, always. I will always stay strong. Yes, sir. And you know what, Robert? That's the thing is, what's helped me this past year. Um, I started my channel and I have all my friends and I don't feel alone, and I do feel like I have the strength, even through all the loss that I've experienced all around me. It's not, and I'm sure you will understand this being military, it's not easy. Seeing people that you love the most, whether they're blood or not, die in front of you, especially children. Uh, but yeah, it takes a toll on you mentally. And so to be where I am today, God has given me the strength, and He has used different resources to help me with that. One of them being YouTube and my YouTube family, for sure. Yeah. Thank you, honeybees. Hey, there's my baby. Queen, I didn't know you're going to be able to get up here. Look, we got the same avatar. We got the same avatar. Could you see that? Yeah, Robert, it takes a toll, but, out of it, through it all, we come through it and we're stronger for it. Exactly. God gives us the strength and the grace to go through hard times, you know. That is so true, Marianne. That is, let me post that. Let me pin that. I'm going to pin that, Marianne, because um, me and Indy Mom were talking about this the other day, and we feel like sometimes there's people that don't quite understand the gravity things that you may say to other people that has lost children. And we know that because we've lost our children. Um, and people need to just be aware of what they say because, gosh, it's just really mean. I don't approve of it. I'm not gonna support it. Yeah, we do know Marianne. That's right, Queen. We're never the same. There's a piece, how do you explain to somebody that, you know, as a as a woman, okay, and I don't bring certain things up, but I'll, read between the lines. As a woman, we have children, and those children are spirit beings that are placed in a body, and then they are put into our body for us to carry for 9 months and then give birth to. That's a miracle in itself. It's a beautiful miracle in itself. And when that child is passed away, that piece of your spirit, I feel, is gone. You know what I'm saying? That piece of you, that my child piece of me. I'm not saying that his memories have left. No, I'm talking about the physicality, his physical being. I know, Queen. Yeah, I told everybody your data was data that your data was down too. So I know, Marianne. I try to put it into words, and every time I do try to explain it, I come up with different words. you know, I know, honey. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I was thinking about my brother the other day, and my husband walked in, and just the way he turned his face and looked at me, it just reminded me something of the stance or whatever, just brought my brother's memory up. And it's been 10 years or more. I can't, like I said the other night, I really can't remember the date. I could look it up. I've got all the information, death certificate, PAMP, all that. I've got it all. The only thing, this is the hard thing. I don't talk a lot about it, but all I can say is this, in all the deaths that I've had to deal with, um, all I would say is this is always have something, a priority, something for your children, and let's make sure your children know or whoever you need, you need to let them know. Thank you, baby. Yeah, I just came on real quick. Uh, I didn't know if you'd be awake or not. I figured I'd just see. It'd be a surprise. Oh, good, Marianne. I didn't know you were in the hospital, honey. Oh, I wish I knew that. I'm so sorry. I hope you're feeling better, hon. Yeah, I'll be praying for you. Robert says, I'm here listening. Okay, Robert. Thank you. Did y'all hear? Gosh, I've been looking at the news tonight, and if you don't watch it, news will make you very depressed, won't it? I mean, we already have enough things that bring us down and hurt us and cause depression, but Whenever you go to watch the news, you've got to really be armored up with the armor of God, because it's scary. It's really, really fucking scary. Um, in Allen, Texas, which is a suburb north of Dallas, which is 5 hours from me, there was a mass shooting at a mall. And there have been 9 victims, I believe 8 dead or 9 dead and 7 injured. And within those deaths is a child of 5 years old. And, people are like, well, and I have my political views, but I've always kept, my political views, just like my, belief system in God. I don't call it my religion, because I don't have a religion except for I believe in Jesus Christ, so I'm a Christian. But I've never agreed with Bible thumping. God has always shown me how to love on people, instead of arguing my point of belief. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to accept you for who you are, because that's what Jesus did. And I don't care what you say. That's who he was. And that's who I'm going to be. Yeah, it's terrible, Marianne. Heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. Someone had video, and they shared it with the news people, and they had it on here. It's on a newscast on the YouTube. So I don't know. It's people say. Well, what I was fixing to say is, I don't really get into a lot of political views. I just don't do it. Certain things I don't talk about. But I do have my views. And the one view that I do have is this. The Constitution of this country, it is our constitutional right to own and keep and bear arms. Now, that is for your protection, or and or hunting, which I live in Louisiana, so therefore there's a lot of hunting. We are the Louisiana Purchase. This is the show me, this is sportsman's paradise. And so, I do believe that, and thank God, during this mass shooting, there was an officer in the vicinity, and he heard the gunshots, went there and took him out. Now, I don't know if Texas is a open carry. I don't know what their laws are there, but I know you can open carry here. All I can say is that if you go in this city that I am in, there's so many people that carry guns. You wouldn't want to try to do a mass shooting, because you might get one person under your belt, maybe, but you're gonna have somebody coming with some shit, because they gonna have weapons. Yeah, Queen, it's really crazy. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. There's so many different things that's being thrown at us and shoved down our throats, and it's like, I feel like, what's his name? What's his name? We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. You know that song? Yeah, that's what I feel. That's exactly right, Robert. I mean, why are you? Why? Who cares? Who cares? Is how I feel. I mean, I don't care if you believe in the rock. I don't care if you believe in the moon. I really don't. I just, um, I don't think that should be a barrier to to accept you for who you are. I don't, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Marianne, I'm singing. Who was that? Oh shit, I can see his face. We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. Twisted Sister. Yes, Twisted Sister. There we go. I remembered. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. I'm hard headed. I'm not gonna take it. They ain't gonna tell me shit. No, this is what I believe though. Seriously, it's our constitutional right to keep and bear arms, right? Um, and this is besides getting into mental stability, different things of that nature. That's a whole different subject on its own rabbit trail. That yes, it does deal with guns, but this is the problem. The people behind the gun is the problem. It is not the gun. The gun won't operate unless it has a human being behind it operating it. So therefore, all these people that want to sit up there and say, "Oh, we've got a gun control, all this." Well, okay. Well, let's look at different cities and different states that have gun control, and let's look and see their murder rates. Let's just go ahead and see, right? Okay, Queen, you get you some rest. Yeah, I'm hoping my medicine kicks in soon too. Yeah, I'll be on. I'm fixing to smoke a cigarette and talk to Marianne and Robert and just chill for just a minute. Yeah, I'll call you tomorrow. I'm going to try to get out in the garden tomorrow because Larry will be here to help me, and I've got all these plants to get in the ground. What's up, Daniel? Welcome. Welcome to the hive. Queen bees in the house. I'm picking. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I just smoked a bowl not too long ago, so I'm feeling smooth right now is what I would call it. Just smooth. Oh yeah, Robert. Yeah, it will be kicking in, brother, once you eat that breakfast. What you having for breakfast? What you having? Yeah, once it kicks in, buddy, you gonna be sleeping. How's the weather over there? That's right, Marianne. I'm feeling smooth. You know, I think I talked about it with you guys a couple of weeks ago that, I had tried um, different sleep medications and then I just went without anything because it seemed like nothing was working. And then I went to see my doctor and he says, let's try this. And I said, okay, because I've never tried it before. And he started me on a low dose. And so we're trying it. Now, of course, it doesn't put me to sleep. It's not going to knock me out. And that's what I've got to get through my head. It does make me a little, it doesn't make me woozy or, nothing like that. It doesn't make me feel like that at all. Not what anybody I've heard from talk about it. I guess because it's a low dose. But so yeah, we're just trying it out, gonna see if it's gonna work. I'm thinking I might have to call him and tell him we need to go up in the dosage though, because I I may sleep for a couple hours, but then, you know, I don't. So I don't know. Oh, I hate having to work through it, but I have to. Two sunny side up eggs, two pieces of bacon, slices of apple, oranges, and a banana. Yeah, that sounds like a well balanced meal. You know what I haven't had in a long time? Oatmeal with like brown sugar and pecans or honey. Yummy. Cinnamon and sugar. Mmm. That sounds so good. Okay, 60 degrees, 71%. That sounds about like here in Louisiana. Oh, except during the day, I'd have to look, but man, it was so humid today and it got up to 90 degrees. I got hot while I was cooking dinner. Hey, Janine. Welcome, welcome. I'm just stopping through, talking to everybody, seeing who will come in. How are you? You're awake too? Ooh, yeah, maple and brown sugar. Yes, I love to take like melted butter and maple, or you warm up your maple syrup and put butter in it and stir it up and then pour that over your biscuits. Oh, wee. That's how my grandma used to say thing when it was like really good. She'd be like, "Hooey." Oh, I love my grandma. I miss my grandmother. Man, the things I so look back and think to myself, I could have learned from her. Yeah, golly. She was a seamstress. She could sew, she could make clothes, and I never learned, guys. I just never learned. I don't know why. I don't know why it wasn't passed down to me. I wish that it would have been, and not to say that I can't learn how to sew now. I am determined that I'm going to teach myself how to sew. Um, I have a subscriber. You guys know her. Some of you may know her. Her name's Atlanta Girl, and she sews. And so I've been trying to get her to do some videos and put them up and teach people how to sew. That's right, Robert. Hoo-wee. Okay, how do you say that, Janine? Is it Momal, or did is that a typo? Yeah, my mama raised me. My mama didn't raise no fool. Yep. My daddy told me one time, I didn't raise you to be stupid. But he also used to tell me there's never a stupid question. So, mamal, how do you say that? Mamal, mama, mamal, mamal. Hmm. I'm Mamaw to my grandchildren, and to my nieces and nephews, I was Mimi. Okay, so I said it right. Good. Um, y'all, I was so excited tonight. I'm serious. You know, we as women adjust. We're able to be in a situation and we will adjust and we will make sure everything around us will adjust with us. Take, for instance, I had a stove with 4 burners and it basically just started acting crazy. You'd turn it on low and it would go on high. And so we couldn't use it. So we got one of those induction top, okay? And I would cook on it and use my oven, which I have a nice toaster oven. And so I adjusted myself to working with maybe 2 eyes, for sure 1 eye, cooking on that 1 eye, but, you know, you adjust, right? And so for Christmas, instead of getting, mom and me and Larry, instead of us getting each other, individual, gifts, we decided to, uh, me and Larry decided to purchase a new stovetop. And it's a new induction stovetop and it's got 5 burners on it. And it is nice. It's nice. And my husband put it in last week and we've been cooking on it. And I realized last night that what did I make last night? Hamburgers. Yeah, I made hamburgers. And it wasn't until I sat down to eat the hamburger, and we had chips, so it wasn't no big deal. But all I could think about was macaroni and cheese. Like, I should have made some macaroni and cheese. But I've adjusted myself to having just the 1 burner. That I'm sitting here at this stove and didn't realize that I can use 5 burners. I could have cooked the hamburgers and the macaroni at the same damn time, right? But we adjust ourselves and we make we get used to a routine. So I'm having to relearn and to not, so tonight I took advantage of it. I took advantage of it and I decided, you know what? I'm going to cook 3 things at one time. And I did. And so we had everything warm all at the same time, which is really, really nice. And so I just have to say I'm enjoying my stovetop. And yeah, it's been nice. No, Janine, well, you know what? It's hard for me to say it's hot flashes because it seems like my body temperature's off. I don't know if that makes sense, but it seems like it's not really the outside that affects me so much. It's my body itself. So I guess it just stays hot. I'm like, I'll wake up just soaked in sweat. Soaked in sweat. I have to change my shirt and everything. That's right, Robert. And it doesn't just pertain, to getting used to a stove. It could pertain to like getting used to being in a different country. You know, adjusting is sometimes hard for people though, and so I just encourage everybody to, adjust And I think I need to adjust myself. Like was saying earlier, I want to go to, I really want to sew. I want to learn that skill because I think it's a skill that we will need. I think there's skills that we need to learn from the 1800s, 1900s, and bring them to today, just modernized. But if the shit was to hit the fan, man, how prepared would you be? How prepared would you be? And so, you know, uh, I'm a little prepared. I wouldn't say I'm not a huge prepper, but I have enough food. Now, if a tornado hit that, we're not talking about that. We're talking about if there was, a flood or electricity goes off or, something like that. But, yeah, adjusting. That's right, Robert. What does a MAG stand for? MAG, a MAG. I have a guy that I follow, and he talks about having your MAG, which is kind of like your troop or your tribe. Um, but yeah, that's exactly right. You need to surround yourself with people that have skills. You know, like for me, I would know how to can and stuff like that. That's bartering. You can always barter stuff. Um, yes, Mary Ann, that is so true. When I went, yeah, they had home economics earlier, like right before me. I don't remember. I'm trying to think. No, I didn't have home economic. I didn't personally. Not to say they didn't offer it. Yes, Janine, I feel that all the time. Yeah, I have for quite a long time. Yeah, yeah, they learned how to sew and cook, and yeah, I remember. Um, I didn't take it though. I don't. I remember it though. Oh, you are Marianne. Well, that's okay. I love wisdom. I wish it would have been offered whenever I was, or if I just never had the chance to take it. I don't know why it didn't come up in my deal, but I didn't. And and I did quit school early. I ended up going and getting my GED when I was 19 years old. And I went in to a program and I had the most wonderful teacher. And within 6 months, she brought me to where, I could go in and take the test and I got my GED. And then I ended up going to 3 semesters of college. And then I dropped out of college so I could go into full-time ministry, uh, preaching in the prison system, women's and men, which I absolutely loved. And then after that, that's when Paul was diagnosed. And so, kind of like my whole life changed, the trajectory of my life changed. And that was a huge adjustment. When we were talking about adjustments, that was definitely a huge adjustment. Uh, sometimes we don't know how strong we are until we have to be. Sometimes we just don't know until it's there. And even though I'm going to be honest, when I found out he was sick the second time, it brought me to my knees. I fell on the floor. It brought me to my knees. Um, how old are you, Marianne? Oh, that's kind of a rude question, I guess. Oh, what's up, homeless? Welcome. Goodness, I got 9 people in here. Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? Oh, okay, Marianne. My mom was 67. I was thinking about that laying in the bed last night, actually, Marianne. Um, I'm 49, I'll be 50. And, I just want to live a long, blessed life. Yeah, Janine, I've always had an issue with like sweating in my sleep, but it's gotten worse. Um, uh, and it was even like that, when before Paul, got sick. But, since he's passed, I know I've been, going through it. I know just, you know, different things. Okay, you're 37, Robert. Yeah, yeah, you have water and stuff. Yeah, exactly. Shelter, water, and heat. Um, you know, yeah, exactly. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. That's what that's what I hope to bring, to be honest. That's what I hope, and that's what I hope to gain from you guys, sharing with you guys brings me a lot of joy and happiness. I really miss my mom, Marianne. I really do. 67's a good age. Um, but as I laid in bed, to be honest, all I could think was, gosh, at 50, she didn't know she only had 17 years left. And 17 years seems like a long time, but then it's such a short span, right? So time is, I don't know, time is, first of all, time is a natural realm. In a physical realm, there is no time. In the spirit realm. God doesn't, he's not, bound by time as humans are. And, uh, in the spirit, we're just not bound by time. But, you know, I don't know. It's just hard to put into perspective. I miss my son too. He would have been 30 this year. And I see his daughter, and she's so much like him. Like when she runs to me, I see him running to me, and it brings me so much joy. It really does. Oh, I love you guys too. I love you. I really do. Yeah, I do. I miss my mom. Yeah. I've been kind of procrastinating and getting in my room and organizing all this, paperwork and stuff because um it's my mom's paperwork, my brother's paperwork, my son's paperwork, and there's just a lot of stuff that I have to keep because I have a bad memory. So I have to keep calendars and stuff like that because there's things that through the year that happen I'll write down on the calendar because so I could keep up with it. And so I have to keep the calendar so I can remember when things happened. Like surgeries and, what happened. There's so much that happened so quickly with my son that I've blocked out. And I only remember it when I see the writing on the calendar, you know. Yes, Robert, so true. She does bring me so much joy and happiness. Oh my God. Yeah. And somehow in my mind, I believe God is so good that he wouldn't let a parent miss out on that. You know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just crazy for thinking that God's that good, but hey, why not think he's so big that he can make that happen, right? Yeah, yeah, Janine, I totally get you, honey. I miss so many. Hey, prudently. Yes, this is the late night club. Can't sleep club. How long? How long was my son sick? Um, he was first diagnosed, Janine, when he was 15 years old, and he went into remission. By the time he was 16, he was in remission, but he still had to go through chemo. And so he didn't finish chemo until 2008, 2009 ish. And then right around his 10-year anniversary of being cancer free, uh, a lump came up in his stomach. And so from then, uh, he was diagnosed September 11th, 2019, and he died January 27th, 2020. So he wasn't sick for too long, Janine, and he went through a couple of surgeries during that time. He spent most of that time in the hospital. That's right, Robert. I do believe it. I believe he's making it happen. That's right, prudently. He is. He is. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Oh, you didn't know, prudently? Oh, honey, I'm sorry. I thought you knew my backstory. Yeah, that's just a little synopsis. I've went into, you know, depth talking about it. I probably need to go into more just to let people know more of kind of why I am the way I am, because I think every experience that you go through in your life is going to produce fruit in your life. And there's reasons that I am the way I am to people, and or the way I carry myself even. Uh, I mean, I was with my son when he took his first breath, and I was with him when he took his last breath. And I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. As painful as it was and as it is, uh, I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. I was with my baby, and that's all that mattered to me. Yes, the wind chimes that you hear are Paul's wind chimes, and they were gifted to me from the manager of Ronald McDonald House of Memphis, which is where we lived for a whole year when Paul was receiving treatment from St. Jude. And when he passed away, Sherry, she is the manager or the director, however, whatever she is now, I don't know. But at the Ronald McDonald House, sent me those, and so I set them right here above my swing. So when the wind blows, which it is tonight, I can sit out here and I can hear him sing. Yes, yeah, exactly, prudently. Very bittersweet. That's why when I hear certain people talk, and you know who I'm meaning, um, man, it just brings, it pains me to hear people treat people like they do, and I just think to myself, wow, I mean, if you talk like that to, people you say you care about, then how do you treat your own kid, whatever, you know? That's right, Robert. He is right here with me. Right here with me. Thank you, Janine. I love my wind chimes. I sure do. Mm-hmm. And it's so quiet here. That's right, Robert. I had a friend, a really close guy, male friend of mine and my husband's, and he came to me one day and he said that he had a dream. And Paul came to him in his dream and said, "Tell my mama I'm in the wind." And ever since then, I started crying as soon as he told me because he didn't know about the wind chimes, but I did, and it was kind of like, I knew, and it just brought so much joy to my heart that God gave me that confirmation. So I know He's here with me. I know it. I just feel it. And he would laugh at me. He would probably so laugh at me because I'm on YouTube. He would love it. He was a gamer. He was a gamer and he had his own Twitch account. And so, yeah, he had his own Twitch account. It was called Vicious Faith. Yeah, Vicious Faith. I think I even have him on my channel somewhere, or I have him, or maybe what was it? His friend Drew, his brother posted them. I call him his brother because they were best friends, and Drew's like a son to me now. And as soon as he heard that Paul was sick and that he had come home to pass away, he drove up from New Orleans and he stayed here at the house and helped Hannah take care of Paul because Paul did not want me being in there doing anything. He would not allow it. He did not want me to have to go through that. And he was very adamant about that. Very adamant. But Drew came up and he helped take care of Paul. And so, he's family. That's my son. Yeah. Oh yeah, prudently. Yeah, this was, let's see, 3 years ago. Um and he had his Twitch for a couple of years before that, and up until he passed. So his account was Vicious Faith. He had an LSU flag up behind him, tiger paw. Yes, he was, Janine. He was definitely a blessing, honey. Yes, he was. Yes, from the day. Oh man, he was a beautiful baby and the sweetest child. Oh my gosh, he was so sweet. And he could swim like a fish. Swim like a fish, let me tell you. Yeah, Prue, that would be that. Wouldn't that be awesome? That would be cool. That would be so awesome. I'll have to find my. I'll have to. Hmm. Hmm. I'll have to find the YouTube channel and see if I can share it one day on my StreamYard for you guys. Oh, nothing, Janine. Nothing. You know, God, blessed me with two beautiful sons, and you know, I couldn't ask for more. I really couldn't. I just couldn't. I mean, I could, but it would be so selfish. And you know, yeah, don't want to be selfish. Not, you know, not like that. Thank you, Prue. Yes, he was a very beautiful soul. He had a beautiful spirit about him. Let me tell you, he was a jokester, and he would dance and do these funny dances, and he loved to make people laugh. Loved it. And, you know, I love to do the same thing. So, um, and his smile, you'll have to go through prudently and check out. I have a live on the day that he passed, uh, January 27th. If you go back to that live, and you'll see a cremation box, a cremation urn uh, there, and I go through and tell the story, and I show pictures of Paul on that video. What's up, Mike Wallace? Thank you, Janine. And you know what? That's what I want to do is bring him alive. The worst, the worst fear for a parent is for everyone to feel like people have forgotten their child. You know what I'm saying? That's the worst thing that a parent fears from the loss of their child. They've already had the loss, but then on top of that, they fear that people will forget, right? So, I just bring him to life. I share with people. It is hard to share. Sometimes I get emotional. Sometimes I can talk about it and be just fine, like I am now. But sometimes I get very emotional, and sometimes that makes people uncomfortable. But That's okay. We've got to work through that, and we've got to allow people to have those emotions. You know, grief is very complex. It's not a one-way street, right? And look at Job. I mean, um, look at all that was taken, that Satan came in and took, and look at what God blessed him back with. So, in loss, regardless of what it is, or who it is, there will always be a blessing, um, because that's how life is. Oh my gosh, yes, he had a laugh like mine. He loved it. Yes, it was a live stream, prudently. Yes. What's up, Tommy D? What are you doing up, brother? Welcome, welcome. That's right, Robert. That's right. And that it takes strength to release our emotions and to keep them in check. So the problem with a lot of people today is that everybody keeps so much stuff stuffed inside, they just blow up at the most little thing. Yes, grief is very complex, prudently. That's why I talk about it a lot. That's why I come on here and, not only do I offer and want to give support, but I also get support from you guys. Just like right now, came on here just real quick, and I've been on an hour, and there's 10 people in here. And it's like, okay, well, this is my therapy. This is my therapy, guys. And some of the things that go through my mind while I'm just sitting here on this swing, I might as well be sharing it with somebody. Might as well tell somebody about it. But yes, grief is so complex. Yeah, that's right. That's what I should have titled it, prudently. The Insomniacs Therapy Hour. Come, drink some coffee. Have a cigarette or two or three. Speaking of coffee, man, a cup of coffee sounds so good right now. I think I'm gonna make me some. I can't get over how good this green onion sausage is. Oh my god. And then, okay, I don't like the beef bouillon, like, oh, what the hell is the name of it? Anyway, it's beef bouillon, and mom had got some Italian herb bouillon, and so I ended up making some pasta, and I put some of that in the pasta water and boiled up my noodles, and then I sauteed some onion, garlic, squash, zucchini, and grape tomatoes. I sauteed that up, and then I mixed that pasta in with it. Ooh, man, it was good. Yeah, Robert says then you won't be able to go back to sleep. No, actually, coffee doesn't really bother me like that, Robert. I'm one of the lucky ones, really. It doesn't bother me like that. It actually soothes me, like warms calms me down or something. I don't know. But my dad was the same way. He would drink coffee all day long. into the evening. Yeah, I think that's what the mass shootings are. I think they're, that's, I know, Janine, and that's the thing. It's so sad. It really is. It's sad that people have to let their emotions take them to that place that they would want to harm a mass amount of people. You know what I'm saying? But yet it's been going on for years and years and years. We only hear about all of it now because of the rapid news, that we have nowadays. News is at the tip of our fingertips. Oh, really, Prue? I use your cup that you sent me. Oh, girl, that's my favorite cup. I take it out and it's so big. I love it. I could pour me a big old cup of coffee. Man, that's my favorite coffee cup, girl. Just letting you know. And I've been going through that book. I'm excited. I'm really excited. I was gonna do a live today and talk about it, but I slept all the way through my live. I slept. Yeah. So, but I will on my, during my next lives and stuff, I'll do that. Um, and if I don't, then tell me, remind me, because I might forget. You're having a coffee right now, Marianne? Ooh, yum. Yeah, the only problem with coffee is it makes me pee, but what doesn't, right? Yes, it is prudently. It is a big cup. If you watch my latest video that I put up of the garden tour, um, there's some pics that I include at the very tail end of the video. And one of them is a picture of my big coffee mug with me sitting out here early in the morning, drinking a cup of coffee. Yes, Janine, sleep does help heal, and that's why I do get concerned about myself just not getting the quality of rest, quantity and quality of rest. I probably really need to have a sleep test done. Yeah, Prue, that would be awesome. Of course. Yeah. Okay, Robert, you have a good morning. You sleep. You go get you some rest, buddy, and we'll see you tonight. We'll see you in the YouTube streets tonight. And I'll be able to hook up with Vic and get your number from him. And I'll be looking in the mail for my gift too, Robert. Thank you so much. You're a sweet, kind man for going hitting me up on my Amazon. First person, I believe, to hit me up on my Amazon wish list. Oh, you did, Prudently? Yes, the garden looks. Larry told me today. He come in. He says, Melissa. He said the garden like grew a foot overnight because of the rain. Yeah. All right, Robert. Yeah, Prudently, I am too. I'm finishing up my cigarette right now, so I'm fixing to end this. I don't know what time it is. It is 1:18. So, what do I want to end with? What do I want to say? Be kind to one another. Be kind to one another. Kindness is free. And it doesn't cost you anything to be kind. Um, and so just, you know, be kind to one another. Don't quit beating people up all the time. I mean, quit. It's not necessary that you beat up people all the time with your words. It's just not necessary, and it's very disheartening. So the people that have been beat up, you know, just pretend that there's a cloak over you that protects you from all of that. And in the spirit, there really is. Because we got some crazy stuff going on these YouTube streets. So everybody prayed up, prep up, pray up, right? Stay prepared, stay in peace, and stay prayed up. And that's right, Marianne. You never know what someone is going through. You never know where they've walked in those shoes. And I don't know about y'all, but I get pleasure by listening to other. I get pleasure listening to people's stories and their experiences. I like that, and that's why I like to share mine too. And I've been through a lot in my life, a lot of hard things, a lot of bad things that I've, never really discussed or shared. But there's time for that. Peace and love. Peace and love, guys. All right. Love you guys. Hope everyone gets some rest, including me. And honeybees out. Good night.